Good evening. 2 Edmonton men are dead after a tragic accident involving a local band.
And tonight, family, friends, and fans are grieving the loss. In our top story, the band members were touring in the States when it happened. You'll hear from a close friend who's trying to deal with the loss. And you hear about the eerie link between the tragedy and one of the last songs by the band. The 2 victims were members of a popular punk band called Compromised.
They were just 2 weeks into their U.S. tour when their van was rear-ended on an Alabama interstate. The van hit a tree and the impact ejected all 5 young men from the vehicle, killing 2 of them. As Olivia Chang reports, the local music community is taking the news hard.
It's one of their last performances in Edmonton.
My dreams, things are still the same. In my dreams, we're still together.
And this is the last song Brian Culba helped his friends record for their band Compromise.
The song is about a lost friend, actually. It's actually really eerie to think about it.
Eerie because now Brian is mourning his 2 dead friends, 19-year-old Jordan Wodehouse and 20-year-old Daniel Langlois, both members of Compromise.
Those guys were friends to everybody. Dan brought humor to the band. Even when things were a little bit tense, he always had a joke. Jordan was really an honest individual, amazing sense of humor, and incredibly focused.
The news of the deaths has spread quickly among Edmonton's tight-knit punk rock community. Compromise fans like Eric Newby have posted hundreds of condolence messages on a local website.
You gotta look out for one another. I think that's kind of like, and this whole incident's kind of bringing that into light.
Newby says this tragedy and the dead band members won't be forgotten.
Their music will live on. So it's kind of a legacy kind of thing.
Music that's both painful and comforting for Brian. He says Jordan was especially proud of this song.
He smiled more than I'd ever seen him smile before, just because of how everything was so perfect for him.
Olivia Chang joins us live from a club on White Avenue where the band played one of its last gigs.
Olivia, 3 others survived the crash. How are they doing?
Well, Gord, lead singer 23-year-old Jesse Zaraska is doing okay. He's in stable condition and he's recovering from minor cuts and bruises. 19-year-old Braden Sustrick was in intensive care with broken ribs, fractured vertebrae and a punctured lung, but he's reportedly out of intensive care now. And finally, 20-year-old Ryan Kitlitz, better known to the community as Junior, is reportedly doing just fine after having surgery for 2 broken wrists.
What are the police in Alabama saying about the accident?
Well, they're calling it very tragic. They say they have a lot of accidents out there, but they say this one is especially troubling because of the young age of its victims. Right now they have traffic homicide investigators still gathering evidence and waiting to take at least one more statement from one of the Canadian band member victims. As well, they are taking blood and urine samples from the body of Jordan Wodehouse and the other surviving driver to find out if drugs or alcohol were a factor for either party. And they say charges may still be laid against the surviving driver, who is a resident of Alabama.
And the tragedy affected a lot of people.
They'll be missed. Thanks, Olivia.
Thanks,
You're
Olivia.
welcome.
The bodies of Jordan Wodehouse and Daniel Langlois are expected to be flown home this Father's Day.
A prominent biologist is adding his